Hello and welcome to Ask Amanda Now. I am Amanda Farmer, Strata lawyer, and this is our short Friday afternoon session where I am able to answer one Strata question for a lucky viewer. A little bit different to our Friday live sessions, which are longer. I keep saying that Ask Amanda Now is 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We've been going to 20 the last couple of fortnights. Always lots to cover, lots to talk about. I am today on school holiday duty, got kids, got dogs, no other adults in the house. So we're going to just see how we go. See how we go with Ask Amanda Now. We will definitely be answering one strata question here today. And I think I'll tell you straight up that question, the topic for today's question is legal professional privilege or solicitor client privilege, documents that are within the custody and control of the owner's corporation. What is it that makes them privileged and therefore able to be withheld from inspection? And how long, if not forever, does that privilege last? So we're going to get into that question. That is the question that I have chosen for today. Many questions posted on the page, sent to my inbox. We do keep a record of all of those questions. We are always on the lookout for great questions that will help as many people as possible and are questions that I have seen come up a few times that I think will be helping many people if I'm to feature them here on our Ask Amanda Now session. But it is true. I know I cannot answer everyone's question. I hear from some of you in my inbox after our Ask Amanda Now sessions saying, Amanda, I wish you got to mine. It was a great question and a great answer, but I'm disappointed that you didn't get to mine. If you are a paying member inside our online membership community, you know who you are. The best place that you can be going to ask me your questions and have those questions answered really quickly is inside our members only Q&A forum. That is where you can log in, you can post your question anonymously. We use pseudonyms in our forum. You can make it as long or as short as you like. You can give me some background info. You can give me some detail. You can attach some documents if those are relevant, some pictures if you like. I will answer you in writing. I will direct you to other relevant resources inside our members library, other posts inside our forum where we've had members ask similar questions. So that is the best place if you are a member to be posting your questions. And there must be something in the Strata water at the moment. You know, in 2023 or January, we have welcomed so many new members into our online community over the past just week, 10 days or so. I do want to say a special hello, if you are here watching, to Stephen, to Robert, to Lara, to Vanessa, John, Karen, Andrea, Ray. We also have a team of Strata managers who have joined us on a pro level membership just this week. So welcome to the Your Strata Property online membership community. If you're just coming in, I have been letting everybody know that yes, we are getting to one Strata question here today. If you're a member inside our community, the best place to go to get your question answered is our members only Q&A forum. If you're not a member, then the place to go to get immediate access and to start asking away and getting my answers is this link, stratamembership.com. Rochelle is here. She's going to post that one in the comments section for you all. And we're going to roll right on in to our featured question for today. I can see a few of you coming on in and saying hi to me. Hello there, Cheryl. Hello there, Petra. Great to see you here with me live. If you're catching the replay, give me a hello as well. All right, today's question comes from Jan. And Jan is asking, can documents held by the Strata manager under legal privilege be released after the matter is finished? Now, I've chosen this question out of the many that I received because I think it's a great one. It is something that I see come up regularly. I have advised owners, corporations, and owners on this issue in the past. And it is something that impacts our access as owners to our own books and records. So many of you may have had the experience of going to your strata manager's office, wanting to inspect your books and records, or logging in online to inspect books and records, and discovering that some things just aren't there. And when you ask about it, you're told by the strata manager, sorry, can't give you those. Those documents are privileged. They relate to some legal proceedings. They relate to advice that the owners corporation has obtained from lawyers, and we can't show them to you. And sometimes that's exactly the documents that you want to see. You're interested in that controversial issue and you want to understand what it is that the owners corporation has been told, has been advised by its lawyers. And this question is not as simple as it might be in other contexts. So in strata, like a number of different troublesome questions we have to face, the question of legal professional privilege is not so straightforward because we have an owners corporation who may be the client of a lawyer, and that owners corporation may be in legal proceedings with an owner, or that owners corporation may be suing that owner, or that owner may be suing that owners corporation. And the strata lawyer is giving advice to the owners corporation. The owners corporation is paying that lawyer's fees. And that advice is how to best prosecute or defend a case against a lot owner. But that lot owner is also a member of the owners corporation, and that lot owner is also contributing to that lawyer's fees. So I've had many owners in that position say to me, well, Amanda, I'm contributing to this lawyer's fees. Shouldn't I have access to the advice that that lawyer is giving the owners corporation, even though I am the opponent of the owners corporation in these proceedings? So that is why it can be a little more complex, this question, and I think it's a great one that has been raised today and an important one to discuss. It's not the first time that we've covered this one off. I don't think we've chatted about it here on a live, but definitely on the podcast. So we have episode number 196 of the podcast. When is it okay to withhold documents from inspection? I think that was a solo episode from me. If you haven't checked out that one, then head on over and do that. Rochelle has a link here for you in the comments. That is the chat in which I also cover a Supreme Court case on this very topic, and you'll see the link in the show notes for that episode. It was the Eastmark Holdings case. Those of you who are up on your strata law, as I know many of you tuning in are, you'll hear me discuss the principles established in that case, and you can click through to have a read of that case all about legal professional privilege in strata. Episode number 143, my chat with Rena Van Alst. When are records privileged? Have a listen to that one. I think in that one we were talking about how strata managers might actually best keep books and records to ensure that privileged documents are not unintentionally disclosed to opponent lot owners. So a good one for our strata managers to check out, episode number 143. All right, now jumping into Jan's question in short. And I just want to acknowledge Sean's comment. Sean's still getting requests to see stars. That setting should be turned off, Sean. Must have been turned back on again by Facebook. I just want to acknowledge that in case anybody else is seeing a request for stars. We don't want stars. Only one star here. Only one. Yeah? Don't go sending stars, and we'll check that setting again. Sean, sorry to be bothering you with that. Jan's question. Legal professional privilege arises when a document is prepared for the dominant purpose of legal advice. Now, that is the legal test. Has this document been prepared for the dominant purpose of legal advice? So, we're talking about letters of advice that lawyers may give owners' corporations, any tactical discussions between the owner's corporation and the lawyer about how the case might run, the lawyer's advice on prospects of the case, the lawyer's advice on things that that an owner's corporation should look out for when it's in proceedings with a lot owner. All that kind of written communication is going to be privileged. And important to be aware here, that means it's not everything. It's not every document that might be created in the course of legal proceedings. It's not affidavits that have been filed with the tribunal. It's not orders of the tribunal. It's not decisions of the tribunal. And it's not letters that are passing from one lawyer who's acting for the lot owner to the other lawyer who's acting for the owner's corporation. None of those things are prepared for the dominant purpose of legal advice. They're just correspondence and documents that normally flow through a contested legal matter. So I often see strata managers who say all of these documents relate to a legal case. They all go in the privileged file and none of them should be released for inspection. That's not a great process, not the correct process to be following. Only those documents that contain legal advice between the owner's corporation and its lawyer should be privileged. And here's the second level to this. They're only privileged as between the owner's corporation and the lot owner that is the opponent in the litigation. So the owner's corporation is suing the owner of lot 2. They've breached a bylaw and there's a penalty proceedings on in the tribunal. The dispute is between the owner's corporation and the owner of lot 2. So the documents should only be withheld. They're only privileged from the owner of lot 2, not any other owners. So the owner of lot 10 can come and inspect the records and they are entitled to see the legal advice that the owner's corporation is receiving from its lawyers. Really important point, and you'll hear me talk about that in those podcast episodes that we've put here in the comments. Jan has asked, does the privilege end when the case is finished? Can documents that were previously privileged or that were privileged during the course of the proceedings then be released after the case is finished? The answer is no. The privilege does survive the case unless it has been lost by some waiver. The documents have been disclosed to the opponent party, and so there's no longer any privilege there in certain circumstances. But the privilege does survive the case. But remember what I've said. It's only privilege between the owner's corporation and its opponent, okay? It's only the opponent lot owner who can't see the advice. So Jan, if you're asking this question because you've gone to inspect records and they've been withheld because of a case that's 5 years ago, there was advice given in a case with the owner of lot 2, and you've been told you can't access those documents, if you're not the owner of lot 2, then there is no privilege. Regardless of when the case was, whether it's still ongoing, whether it's finished, you should be able to access those documents. Similar to solicitor-client privilege and solicitor-client confidentiality, and it's the reason why we as lawyers are asking for background details often from new clients who come to seek advice from us. We ask, what's your strata plan number? What's your address? What's the case about? Well, not so much what's the case about, but your address and some other identifying details so we can check for conflict, because we may have acted previously for an owner in your building, for your owner's corporation, and the new case may give rise to a conflict and we may hold privileged information relevant to a separate case that we can't release, and that puts us in a position where we can't act for you as a lot owner. And that's because that privilege and that confidentiality between solicitor and client survives. It doesn't end when the case is finished. So important lessons there for strata managers when it comes to record keeping and being alert to the issue of legal professional privilege, understanding what it is that's privileged and what isn't. If you're not sure as a strata manager, then ask the lawyer who is acting for the owner's corporation. Ask them to guide you, to let you know what documents are privileged and what documents aren't. I always say that if I'm acting for an owner's corporation, which I rarely do these days, but if I'm acting for an owner's corporation against a lot owner, and that lot owner comes and requests to inspect the records, I tell the strata manager or the committee secretary, immediately tell me if this person is coming to inspect the records, because I will help you to separate the privileged material from the material that is not privileged, so we can make sure that we protect that privilege while still allowing that lot owner to inspect all the documents that they are entitled to inspect. All right, so that is the answer to Jan's question. I think Jan is here actually saying, thank you, understand, thank you heaps. Thank you, Jan, for asking that question. I think you've also posted there, can an owner ever see the documents? Yes, I hope I've answered that there for you, Jan. Another short and sweet one for today, a good one to have in the library and to be able to refer back to if, when inevitably this question comes up again, Strata managers, good one to share with your clients, committee members, good one to share with your owners. Didn't get your question answered. I said earlier, as we were kicking off, I got lots of questions here on the page, certainly in my inbox. If you didn't get your question answered, and if you are a paying member inside our online community, not a star contributor, we ain't doing Facebook stars. We've got to fix that. If you're a paying member inside our online community, then log in to our members only Q&A forum. Ask your question there. I've been in there, I think, every day this week. It has been a busy, busy week over there in the forum, and I will answer your question. If you're not a member, what are you doing? Come on over and join us. Your immediate access to not just the Q&A forum, but your access to a one-on-one 1-hour member call, our webinar library, my complete suite of bylaw templates and other letter and meeting templates to help you in Strata. They're all over there at stratamembership.com. I'd love to see you. Alrighty, that's it. I think the kids are still alive. The dogs are quiet, too quiet. I'm going to go check on them. Have a lovely Friday afternoon, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.